Day 3 in the shop here, guys, getting our Scania ready to go do some burnouts and sled pulling. We've got the water methanol system almost completely hooked up. Gonna demo it right now to start the video with you guys. Okay. That's a lot of water. So all that's gonna be blasting in the intake whenever we're running out of water. But all that's what's gonna be blasting in the intake whenever this thing gets up to a certain boost pressure, maybe exhaust temperature. I don't know how they're gonna have it wired up, but definitely a certain boost pressure is when this is gonna activate. And this is gonna help cool the engine and make a little bit more horsepower. We got our decals. Check that out. I'm gonna have my own decal up here on the roof. We've got a Mala decal, American flag. Do we have a Finnish flag? Dang, wow. All right, put it on. So we're gonna fill this water tank back up full of water because we've got to see how long the water is gonna last once it's activated. And the way this system works is it's got, instead of having a pump, we've got air pressure that pressurizes this tank right here, and it will be filled full of water. As you can see, it's got pressure in it right now. And once that is full of air and water, there's a solenoid right here that's gonna be activated by boost pressure, and this is gonna activate the flow of water into these injector nozzles here, which will then be going into the intake manifold after the turbo. So it's going to help to cool the air down and make some extra horse spurs. We've got this manifold, some holes drilled in it, and we're going to be taking and putting these mounting holes in here, and this is where our injectors are going to go, right here in the intake. All right, we've got the professional window licker here. I mean the professional sticker installer. Let's see if we're going to get it straight. And then I've got our other decals, as I mentioned here. Big ol', oh, these are huge. This thing's gonna look so good. Stickered up. We need to put those up there on the side of the cabin. And then I don't know where the American flag, oh, we got some water activated. Are you counting? Okay. Let's see how long this lasts. Oh no. It's all watery. So lots going down here in the shop, finishing up getting all of the methanol injection done. Misai's got everything plumbed, wired. I think pretty much everything's wired. I'm gonna go over all this with you guys. So like I was mentioning, there's a valve to let the water start to flow, but we have a pressure switch right here that will light up a light. We'll turn a light on inside the truck to let me know while I'm operating the truck that methanol is engaged. We've got the nozzles right here. We've got to tighten these things down the rest of the way and then install them on the intake. We've got Vil installing some new lights, it looks like. Maybe. So we can light up the old Bruce Wilson, make it look brand new. Misa has got the intake manifold welded up, all nice and pretty, ready to go. We had to get some pieces custom machined from a shop right around the corner, and we're gonna get this reinstalled here in just a moment, and then get the rest of the intercooler piping from the turbo installed back on it. There is a overflow valve from yesterday's video I was talking about that we did get installed. I need to tell you a few things about that. So on the overflow valve, on the dyno, we're having issues with the graph going up and down, power going in and out. We learned that the overflow valve, the factory one, was not holding enough pressure for these bigger injectors. So we ended up installing a 6.5 bar overflow valve to hold higher fuel pressure to the rail that feeds these mechanical injectors. So we should be good to go now. We're not going to re-dyno this after everything is done. Maybe at a later date if it makes it through the weekend. It should. I think it will. But let's get some lights installed, get the intake put back on, and we got to do a test burnout here in the parking lot shortly. Ah, plugs right in, huh?
Yep.
Oh, fancy. Fancy
Ooh,
guy.
nice.
Fancy guy. Where do you keep these here in stock?
Of course.
You leave a Mala brand?
No.
Yeah.
These are Chinesium.
Chinesium? Yeah. Oh, okay. So we got some Chinesium lights we're going to be installing. Make this thing look nice and new. And we're going to have to test it out soon. But we have lots of corroded connectors here. We're going to have to do something about that. Definitely. Oh, camera's not focusing. Here we go. Bad corrosion here. So after crawling around inside the cab while it's like this, inverted, not fun, and finding a blown fuse, we've got lights working on the front here. So we're gonna get all these new lights put across the front. It should light up the name and it'll look good at night, I reckon. Something better than nothing. All right, our new lights are all installed, ready to rip. We've got the Misa, I didn't do it, has got the engine all back together. These guys are freaking top notch, right? Manifold here, all done, all wired up. Wires ran inside the cab. We're gonna put the cab down and he's gonna install the light. Intake manifold all back in place. Dude, this thing looks like it was made from a factory like that. Just looks so freaking slick. Gonna finish doing a few more things under here. Gonna get the cab closed back down, and then we are done doing anything and everything to the engine. Our tank here is ready to rip. We've got a valve right here so we can fill it full of air or not fill it full of air. So basically we'll fill this thing up and yeah, then let her rip tater chip whenever we get ready to pull it out and do a burnout sometime later today or first thing tomorrow morning. I don't know yet. All of this work we're doing, for anyone here in Europe that can understand my English or anything that I'm saying, Yuli Voimala can do all of this to your truck too. Now, when it comes to like the emissions part, I'm 99% positive he can put these injectors and turbo on here and create lots of high horsepower and still be emission compliant, street legal. Will it be all the horsepower we're making here? Probably not, but it will be up there pretty high and even can do the water methanol kit, I'm pretty positive, on trucks. So yeah, gonna get the cab folded back down and we're gonna be making some burnout smoke here soon. If you guys haven't already, go to brucewilsonshop.com, get it entered to win our Peterbilt 362 cab over. 352, it's right here on the screen. This truck is sick. It's all original, air ride, 13-speed transmission, Cummins engine, ready to rip, and $5,000 in cash, guys. You have until this Sunday, August 11th at midnight Eastern time, I believe. Yes, we'll be on live right when the giveaway is ending stuff too, guys. But go get entered to win. The time is running out. Grab you some of the Scania shirts or FCR hats, things like that. Do not miss out on this. And to be honest with you guys, we still have like right around 1,100 orders on the website total. I'm being straight up with you guys, so the chances of winning are stupid high, like crazy high, to get her to win this truck. There it is, guys. We've got this thing outside the shop. We still have not come up with a name with it. Everyone's saying Silver Bullet, stuff like that. I'm not sure if I like that. Silver Bullet's pretty common, but I don't know. We've got the Bruce Wilson decal on the front. That's really, really sick. Yuli Voimala on the side, and then they had a custom decal with the American flag and the Finnish flag. We've got that on both sides of the truck. That looks sick. It is time for us to finally do a practice burnout. These tires have probably a good half-inch or tread or more, so they're gonna be perfect for the burnouts. Hopefully we blow them. We're gonna bring some spares. Super duper pumped about that. All right, let's freaking do this. There you have it, guys. That thing rips. We have a lot to learn on how to hold the brake properly and what to do, but I think we're off to a good start. But we were paying attention to see if the water methanol kicked on, so I think we're gonna have to do it one more time. Maybe. We'll see. All right, we got Villa in the driver's seat now. Let's see if you can do it better. Don't stall. Why so serious? All right, so we've got to watch this light right here. This is what's wired up to tell us if the water meth's kicking on or not. So we're about to find out. Here we go. There we go. Now it's kicking on. Oh, it's getting warm. We need to figure out the fan. It's not turning on. You forget to put it into tuning. Look at that. It's a good thing it snows here and it covers all this up in the winter. Oh boy. Lots of burnout marks. What is this guy doing? Shifting gears? Oh my goodness. Don't break it! Stop it! Oh, it's loping. Bad boy. Thing sounds so good. Jesus. Seems like the camera caught Villa doing his burnout. Watch this guy. So our tires are faring pretty well. This is kind of scary though, because we need to blow these things at least once this weekend. So that's gonna take a lot of burning down to blow these tires. So just in case, we're bringing some sticks, as they call them here. Some half shafts with us. It's pretty crazy how these things just slide apart, and then there's a cover right there that, man, that's a hell of a dry axle shaft. Axle shaft. Stick. We're gonna carry one of these with us just in case we break one while doing sled pulling. So lots of stuff happening this weekend. Here's that blue truck that we were pulling the 730 engine out of, sitting here being used for parts. They pulled the cab off of it, put it on another truck in the shop. Every piece of this truck is going to get used except for the body possibly, but I think it's for sale. So if anyone wants that body for sale, it is. Message Yule Vormala on Instagram, and they will gladly, most likely, sell it to you. Any other parts on this truck you might need. All right, guys, we're checking the methanol to see how much we burned out of this tank. And you guys just seen the videos. What is it, probably like 3 minutes of burnouts? 3 minutes of burnouts. Look how much is left. It's half gone. All right, so maybe you can see down in there that my light is at the halfway point. It's just below the halfway point. So this thing burned 5 liters of methanol. We need more.
We need more.
We can take more. Guys, we are out here on this fine Thursday morning. going grocery shopping, getting all the goods ready to go for this trip. Now that the Scania is 100% ready to rip, we got spare sticks. We've got some gas for the generator. Now I gotta get the goods. Let's see what they got here in Finland. Oh, this is the mall, huh? Yes. Okay. All right, we're back here at the shop. We've got this thing loaded down with groceries, jugs to hold our tent down. We've got some Summersby, whatever you want to call that. Misa is getting this thing all hooked up, strapped up, ready to rip. So they tow trucks a little bit differently here. So they have the ability to go underneath them and hook up, but they also have this adapters here, which sit on this here unit, and it picks up the front end. Pretty crazy here. So here shortly, when we get ready, they're gonna pick this thing up and it's gonna follow us right down the road, I think. Or it may just pull it straight, I don't know. Because I think the tires, I don't know. We have a lot to learn. We're gonna figure it out. So once we start driving, it's gonna do what it's supposed to do, I think. And we'll go from there, but definitely a different way of pulling stuff down the road instead of having to pick it up and drag it. Pretty neat. Well, we're putting the sled pulling tires on here. Misa's toolbox is all loaded up and strapped down. This truck's a freaking beast, dude. It only has the 6-cylinder in it. I know they planned on putting the a V8 in it because this engine's getting pretty tired. So I know I left a lot of questions unanswered the last time I was here and why we didn't end up shipping and bringing that 730 engine over. Well, it turns out that in the US, trucks have to be 25 years old in order to come there, but the diesel engines also have to be at least 21 years old to come. So the 730 was too new after I got home and started working on the import stuff. But I have something up my sleeve coming next Monday with a engine that's 21 years old. These guys are gonna build, we're gonna do everything with it. It's gonna be awesome. So let's finish loading all this stuff up. And just like that, guys, we are ready to rip out of here, literally. We're gonna be doing some serious ripping with this thing. So pumped. I'm excited to ride in this truck. We've got about a 3-hour ride, so I guess that's like 400 kilometers roughly. I don't know, 300, something like that. Oh, this is gonna be so much fun. Yeah, about 300 kilometers, I guess. But we're about to hit the road. Let's freaking go. So before I get out of this video, guys, I want to show you some trucks that are sitting here on the yard that are here for inspections. People wanted to see some Volvos and stuff like that, so I figured I'd show them to you. So here's some pretty cool trucks. This is an FMX Volvo. This is a 6x4, but not your typical 6x4 configuration. So instead of having 2 drive axles, it's got a 4-wheel drive system. So it's got a drive axle in the front, a drive axle right there, and then a boogie in the back. So pretty unique system. But dude, look at the freaking leaf springs on this unit. Absolute monsters. Pretty typical Volvo engine, which is like the same one we see in the American trucks. So same engines, just different chassis, different setup. Look at all the bolts holding that freaking 5th wheel slider on. This thing must be set up for some seriously heavy stuff. Planetary axles there. Looks like it's actually leaf sprung too, so kind of a unique leaf spring going on in there. I've never seen something like that. Pretty different. Obviously the rear axle is going to have some airbags on it, so it can pick up and drop as needed. Big axles back here on the trailer. Single tires, obviously, but this right here is another Volvo air ride setup. It's got front and rear airbags, so a 4-bag setup, really similar to like a Kenworth something going on there. Another inline 6. I don't think there's a Volvo V8. So, oh, we got a pallet of t-shirts to load up still. Forgot about those. So something unique we've got going on here is you're starting a, what is that called? Tachograph. So he's gonna put this piece of paper inside there and it's gonna record where we're going and what we're doing. So this one does not have a card. It's got that thing right there. He's probably writing the date and time and when we're leaving and starting and all that. We're gonna head out. we're here at our first stop to get some fuel, so not really what I was expecting. So this thing doesn't pick up. It just simply pulls it down the road, and these tires just turn like they're supposed to, which is pretty cool. Now we're putting the lights on. The fuel tank is all the way up top there, so I gotta climb up there and put fuel in it. All right, we've got the tow truck full of fuel. We're gonna put some fuel in the old burnout unit here because it is empty, completely empty. Then we're gonna go inside, and there's a Burger King inside this thing somewhere. Burger King, yes sir. Fill her up. Well guys, even at Burger King in Europe, they can mess up your sandwich. Something pretty interesting though, I want to show you. On these patties, the chicken patties are coated with pineapple. So after taking all the crap off of it, I didn't want lettuce and mayo. The patties are breaded with pineapple. And it actually tastes pretty good. Well guys, we have a small problem. We started the truck up while we were there at the fuel station, and it puked all the power steering fluid out, and we were only like 5 minutes from the shop. So we turned around, and we're gonna come back here, get this thing in the shop, and see why it's pushing all the power steering fluid out, because this is not good, and we don't want to get 300 kilometers down the road and have to come back because it's not gonna do the burnouts. Well, we've got the truck in the shop, unhooked from the tow truck. The tow truck AC is not working, so we gotta charge it up. But we found the issue with our power steering here is this hose that Misa is taking loose. It has got holes in it, and it's the suction hose, and it's causing the power steering pump to cavitate. I thought there was something wrong with it the other day, and it turns out it's getting worse. So it probably doesn't like all the high RPMs. So we're gonna get this thing swapped out with a different one and see what we can work out. All right, so we're cutting off the original clamp on this pipe because we don't have this pipe here. We're gonna make something work out of nothing because we're not standing around. Get this hose slid off of here. I found a piece, but I think it might be too big.
Yeah. It's too big.
Shit.
I think it's the lättest då.
Find something. These guys snuck up on me while I was in the office editing and got the new hose installed. They went down the road and got a hose clamped on there and hooked it back up. This thing is ready to rip. We're gonna get the cab folded back down, top it off with fluid, make sure she's full, and get it hooked back up to the tow truck. We've got the AC full, so we should have some good air conditioning here. We'll be ready to rip. Got some fresh ATF. We gotta bring extra. We gotta remember to bring some extra with us. Need to go find a jug. There's a filter in there. I already checked the filter. It looked nice and clean. Oh, you did change it?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're about ready to go. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. All right, we're all backed up. Time to get this thing out of here. Ah, bad driver. I didn't back up straight, did I? Bad driver. There we go. Guys, that's gonna put a wrap on today's video. We stopped and had to buy a folding table. We forgot that. We knew we'd forget something. And a sheet to go on the table, and I bought some sweet chairs. So all that will be set up when we get to the Power Truck Show. Hope to see you all there. I can't remember the name of the town, but anyways, Power Truck Show here in Finland. If you're in Finland, come see us. We'll have some t-shirts, Nearly Mile hats, all kinds of cool stuff. I'll have some of my Scania shirts I brought away from the USA, all kinds of cool stuff. Hope to see you all there and to meet all of my fans and friends from Finland and all over the places here in Europe. I have some other friends coming from Belgium and the Netherlands and stuff like that. So we'll see you guys later. Make sure you go to brucewilsonshop.com. Get entered to win our cab over. Guys, the days are narrowing down. Scania shirt, FCR salvage hat. One of these things is get you driving our Peterbilt truck home with 5,000 bucks in cash. Like, comment, we'll see you later. Subscribe. Peace.